MBS Central, MBS Universe. We are here back at it again. I'm your boy Keel. I got my co-host with me, the bar god himself, Danny Myers. What's up?
Yeah, I'm back, man. I'm happy to be back, man. You know, I was going over the weekend. You had to hold it down for me, man. But we right back to work, man. Shout out to St. Louis. Shout out to Metaphor, Bad News, the whole card. But it's right back to work. Infinite content. Y'all already know what it is, man. Another special guest, right, Keo?
Yes, sir. All right, this special guest, I was surprised by it. I was like, yo, I like this special guest. So with that being said, man, our next special guest for today, he is a all-pro defensive tackle coming out of the University of Oklahoma, six-time Pro Bowler. With that being said, man, yo, we got Gerald McCoy in the building right now, man. What's good?
What's the word?
Hey,
Word.
so dope, so dope. Thank you for your precious time.
No problem.
I know you're doing a lot.
Yeah, I can see me. Yeah. All right.
First of all, hey, Keo got on the cowboy hat, man. What we doing?
So I was peeping that I'm from Oklahoma. So like, Oklahoma, you feel two way. You feel strongly about the Cowboys. Do you love them or you hate them? So I'm on the love side.
Okay.
Cowboys fan. I did like of course. It's crazy because I work with Michael Irvin. He's like my co-host on the show I'm on. So I'm like every day, every Sunday morning, like Michael Irvin sitting next to me at the desk. So it's like, dang, I did a book report on you when I was a kid. So it's kind of
surreal.
To my right is Kurt Warner. He got movies out about him. You know, if you know football, you grow up, you see Kurt Warner, greatest show on turf. Like, so I'm, so the Cowboys said I'm all good. Danny, is that a Batman Hush poster in the back?
Yeah, I'm a Batman fan.
Come on, man. Come on, man. This is what I do. All
right, there we go. There we go. Yeah. That's my favorite character.
Yeah.
So Gerald McCoy, I know you spent most of your career with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You accomplished a lot over there. How much right now do you follow with what's going on with Tampa Bay Buccaneers as of late?
So I mean that's my home. So I rooted for the Cowboys, but I wasn't that wasn't my favorite team, but I always rooted for them. My favorite team growing up was actually the Bucs. And, when I tell people they like you say that because you got drafted there. No, it really was. Like I remember when they won the Super Bowl that Sunday, because I grew up in the church. Anybody who grew up in the church, their whole life, you had morning service and then a lot of times you had evening service. And my parents were always like heavily involved. They both youth pastors, and my mom ran the soundboard, and my pops played the drums. So we was at church. We was watching the first portion of the Super Bowl, and then we went back to church. And I'm like, as a kid, what you gonna say? Like, nah, I'm gonna sit home and watch the Super Bowl. It's like, why would you have night service the night of the Super Bowl?
Right. Right.
We had like some revival or something. So fortunately enough, the pastor's son was a Bucs fan, and he had the key to his office. So we would go out like we was going to the bathroom and go to the office and watch the game. Like we kept going in and out. So, like I grew up a Bucs fan. So I stay in touch with them, man. Like we picked, we have to make picks on the show I'm on. NFL Game Day, by the way, on NFL Network. Shameless plug. Sunday morning. If you're on the East Coast, it's 9-1. If you're on the West Coast, it's 6-10. If you Central, it's 8-12. So whatever.
Okay.
Check out on Sunday mornings.
NFL Game Day.
But we have to. You said what?
I checked it out. Because I watch NFL Game Day. I think you picked the Bucs to win the division, right?
I picked the Bucs. Yeah, I picked the Bucs to win the division. I picked them last week when nobody picked them, and they won. So that was my boy. Like I actually got to go to Tampa on Wednesday. Rondé Barber has a documentary movie that's coming out, so I got to go to that. And then,
that's fire.
They play Philly on Monday night, so I'll be at that too. So I'm like locked in. When it's the Bucs, I'm locked in. So yeah,
amazing.
So
Go ahead, Keo.
So do you just follow Bucks football, or you follow everything that's going on in the NFL right now?
No, I follow everything, especially
Uh,
since I'm like hired to do it. I got to keep up with everything. But even before, I had my ears to the streets. I'm watching everything, whatever happens. And it's crazy. I'm blessed enough that my wife, she's a huge football fan. So even if I'm like moving, because I coach my son's team, so I might be moving and shaking and get busy, and she'll remind me like, hey, football coming on, or So yeah, I follow everything. I follow everybody. And I've picked the Cowboys to win the last 2 games. So. I'm good, man. Yeah.
What's up with the Steelers, man? That's my team, man. What are we doing?
I'm good. See, here's the thing. You never got to worry about Pittsburgh, veering too far away because Mike Tomlin's there. The thing is, man,
Right.
I think people forget, man, they were at a time where franchise quarterbacks are hard to come by. That's why we just now seeing a new wave of them. Think about it. Brady just retired. Aaron Rodgers just tore his Achilles, so he on the way out. Eli Manning retired. Phillip Rivers retired. Matt Ryan may not come back, so then he'll be gone. Drew Brees retired. Our era of franchise quarterbacks are out the door. Now it's the new wave coming in. But if you see how long they were in, like Brady played 23 years. Aaron Rodgers this was year 18. Drew Brees played for 19 years. Phillip Rivers, 16, 17. You see how long when you get a franchise quarterback these guys be? And then your guy, Big Ben, he just retired. So now they're in rebuild mode. And you got to start thinking, yes, TJ Watt is the man. Yes, Cam Hayward is the man, but Cam Hayward's getting up there in age. See, he's not even playing today. He's not even in this game against Cleveland. It was just injuries, and they brought in Patrick Peterson, and it's really about the quarterback. They got the weapons, but they're young on offense. They're really young on offense. Yes, Kenny Pickett is.
Why did we have a quarterback named Pickett?
He's the quarterback. Hey, listen, y'all got a quarterback named Pickett, and his number one receiver is Pickens. So y'all in a spot where y'all have to get. If Pickett can come around, then cool. But I mean, he just got thrown in the fire. I never thought he was the guy from the jump, but nobody thought that Justin Herbert was going to be the guy in LA for the Chargers. But look at him, So we'll see. They young, man. Don't give it some time. Mike Tomlin's in control. Y'all's defense is set. Give it some time. He's still young. So
thank you for your professional analysis.
Yeah,
that's coming from
last year he was a rookie. Pickens was young. Najee Harris is only in year 3. Don't base it off the first game they played against the team that arguably could have won the NFC Championship if their quarterback didn't get hurt. San Fran is like top 3 teams of any division across the league. So don't base it off week 1. And here's what fans have to do is have some patience, because I remember in 2017, the Atlanta Falcons started 5-0. They ended the season 6-10, I think, or something like that. So, it's a long season, man. Just some patience. And then once people start clicking, the thing about the league is it's about getting the playoffs, and you got to start clicking at the right time. You never know, man. Y'all start clicking around week 9, 10-ish, and then y'all ride that wave. Here we go.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
I honestly don't think Pickett is the guy for Pittsburgh, man. I just don't see franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I don't either, but hey, we'll see.
Me neither. I ain't gonna lie. I say get him out of there.
But listen, Mike Tomlin never had a losing season, so that's something to hang your hat on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we'll see.
So with the Buccaneers, how far will the Buccaneers go this season? I know they're 2-0 right now, but
I'm not putting much stock in that, man. They went and beat up on a Minnesota team at home that went to Philly and lost too. So you don't put much stock in that. Justin Herbert's not the guy. I mean, not Justin Herbert.
Baker Mayfield.
No. Hold on now. Get off my dog. Hold on. Let me get there. Justin Fields is not the guy for Chicago. He just not, man. He missed so many reads yesterday. It was ridiculous. But Baker, in the league, I'm not going to go back to OU where I went and all that. I'm gonna stay in the league. He had his ups and downs, but most of his downs came after injury. Um, and his ups, he had a really good rookie year. Then second year was up and down. The third year they won 11 games and a playoff game. And then he got injured again. So I think he's finally getting a chance to be fully healthy, have a full offseason with a team. I don't put much stock in the 2-0, but I think this season is going to go a lot better than people think. So we'll see. As long as Baker don't do what Baker's been known for, we'll be all right. But if he start bakering, we out of there. we out of
Well,
there.
not only are you a critical thinker, a dope analyst with the NFL, you kind of got a nice little battle rap intellect as well, man.
Oh yeah, no.
It's almost like you know your battle rap really, really well.
I've been in this for a while, man. I've been the battle. Okay, so obviously we all seen the Cassidy and Freeways, the Mook and Luxes, the Reed Dollars, all the classic battles.
Right.
What got me hooked in this era of battle rap was actually the battler who got me hooked into this era of battle rap is actually Conceited, which is crazy. I was over my boy house playing the game. He was like, "Gee, you seen this dude rap? This and this." And I was like, "Nah, I watch it, but I ain't seen it." And it was Conceited versus Tall T, RIP Tall T.
Yeah, RIP Tall T.
And right after that, he showed me Khan versus Ars. And then that point on, I was locked in.
That's dope.
Yeah, I started watching everybody at that point. And then I had seen Ars, but then the next thing I seen was the freestyle with Ars Goods, Lux, and Ice. And I was like, hey, man, who is these dudes? So then it made me go see Lions Den. And then at that point, boom, URL take off, and here we are. And then I seen Verb, Guardian Angels, and then I went back to watching Grind Time, and there was this little weird light-skinned dude that could freestyle and said he had this like voice where he's like just it was like, man, what is this weird voice he got? But he was beating everybody. His name is Hollow the Don, and then that's where it was after I got to hear Hollow. After I heard Hollow, I was like, oh yeah, that's my guy right there. Yeah, Hollow. Me and Hollow, we like this to this day, man, because that's really my guy, man. Hollow always been one of my favorites.
That is so dope. So go ahead, Keo.
Was there a battle that for you that you first started watching, or you said to yourself, "Damn, I want to keep watching battle rap"?
Yeah. Well, Khan and Ars was one, but that had me just kind of like really into it. But I think once they did the Midwest Massacre, that was really where I was like, because you got to see other people. You know what I'm saying? You got to see the Midwest Massacre, and then you see Hitman. You see this fat dude with braids that's cold, or you see this dude with this baby hair that he's like, hey, what's this nigga that can rap good? It was Verb, and then he battling Midwest Miles and all that. I'm like, man, who is these people? And then you see Ill, you see, and then Hollow, I hear Hollow's battling the dude with the wavy hair, and I'm like, freak, let me go watch that. And I'm like, dang, Hollow kind of getting smoked by this dude. Who is this dude? It's like, who is this cat? Then, you see all the back and forth. And what really like got me, like I had seen Hitman, but the first Hitman battle that I actually like watched, like I had seen him around, but one I actually like watched was him and Ars. So I'm like, man, who is this guy that is beating up on Ars like this? Because I had watched Ars multiple times, but I hadn't watched Hitman as much. So what I am is when I get into something, I go back and do research. That's why I know so much about the superheroes. Because once I see something, I'm like, all right, let me go see what the origins is. I went back and seen Hitman and Cortez and Hollow and Big T.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go back and watch them because I had only watched what was current. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, these dudes been rapping. Then I went back and I didn't know that Hollow had battled Eel on Fight Club, or all these people and all that history. And then you see, I go back and I'm like, man, dude, Hollow was on 106 in Park. How did I miss that? You know what I'm saying? I didn't know Lux was on 106 in Park, or Newborn, or I didn't know Newborn and Lux had battled on 106 in Park. I do now because I started researching this stuff. So,
that's dope.
I'm really into it because I'm into lyricism, and I'm not all about the beats and how that sounds. So I'm more about the lyrics.
I like that.
I love lyricism, man. I could care less about your beat. I want to hear what you say. Like, a lot of times, if I hear a dope beat, I like YouTube like freestyles to this beat because I want to hear like words put together on this beat. But it's all about the words, So yeah, I'm big into lyricism and how it's put together.
Well, if that's the case, Danny Myers should be your favorite battle rapper.
Danny is. Danny was crazy. The first time I seen you was on A-Hat, and you had an interview where you was like, "I've been doing this for years. I've been around. They just now getting to know me, but I've been battling for 85 years." And I'm like, "Hey, who was this nigga, man? Who was it?" And he was battling John John. That's my first introduction to Danny Myers, was battling John on
yeah,
because it was it was him and some pretty little Spanish light-skinned lady was on the video. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how I always remember.
Yeah, so, Melissa Benz. Yeah, that was Melissa Benz. OD. Shout out to John. John gave me my first shot. Yeah. And a matter of fact, I was John John's next battle after he battled Hitman on Summer Madness 2.
Yeah, no, I was a John fan, man. I was following him from Grind Time, and him and Lotte's age, them having the two battles and all. Like I'm pretty well vested in.
Absolutely, I can tell. So what was your actual first time you went to an event? Or like
Chicago. Known to Chicago.
Oh,
yeah, Club Adriana's.
Adriana's, right? Yeah. What made you want to go? Like, who did you tell somebody? Like, hey, I'm about to go to this smack joint. Like,
Norbs.
You told Norbs.
Norbs reached out to me. This is the backstory of how I even got involved in battle rap. I was watching it, and I would tweet about it or I would mention it. And Norb, who's a big sports guy, he seen it one day and he DM'd me and was like, "Bro, I didn't know like y'all watched it as much as you mentioned it a lot. I didn't know y'all watched it. If you ever want to come to an event, let me know." And he gave me his number. So me and Norbs would text back and forth, blah, blah, blah. Gnome 2 was coming up. Clips had just beat Verb. And I'm going to say it in a way because I like pissing Verb off. He gets so angry when I say this. Clips smoked Verb. Smoked. And listen, he did Verb so bad. Verb said he went outside and threw up after the battle.
Damn.
Hey, listen, if you ever see this Verb, he smoked you, and I don't care how you feel. Because that's the one battle in the history of his career that bothers him the most. So that's why I always bring it up. So Clip smoked Verb, and then he rapped for 21 straight minutes versus X Factor, and then I was like, "Hey, that's my new guy, him right there." So I hit up Norbs and told him I wanted to come to Chicago, and this is when I knew I was a real fan. Here I am, NFL player, young, and my wife was with me. And we went to the Battle Rap Hotel first, went to Harold's Chicken. This is just me and my wife, no security, nothing. Went to their hotel, went to Norbs, where Norbs was at. I met him for the first time, Goods, Clips. First time I met Verb. I had spoken to all these guys through text. I had never met them. I met Verb, Clips, and just so y'all know about Verb, when he say he's always been the same person, when we went to the hotel, I was with Norbs. He was like, Hitman and Verb was down at the other end. So we went to their room. Verb was like laying down, and everybody else was kind of standing around. And he said something outlandish, like completely disrespectful to women. And my wife is standing right there. He's like, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I grew up without a father, so you got to forgive me. Verb has been the same person from the first time I met him. That's the very first time of any interaction. And the same person y'all see now in 2023, he was back then. So and it didn't matter who was around. And he's actually more like calm down at this point.
a little more.
Yeah.
If you consider this calm,
yeah, I'm saying y'all don't know that one back then. But anyway, we was at the hotel. I met all the St. Louis guys, John. Met Norris for the first time. Mickey Fax, Goods, Big T, all these people, X-Fact. I met all these people. But the point I'm making is I was such a fan. I could have been getting lined up. They could have jumped me. They could have robbed me. They could have did anything. But I was like, I'm a fan of these dudes, so I'm going to go check them out, And I went to Club Adriana's. I went to Club A, and I didn't stay down there. I definitely stayed in the city, like an hour away. But I wasn't that much of a fan. But
yeah. Right.
So, yeah, it was known too, man. And we stayed the whole time. My wife was such a soldier, man. She just sat, Smack got her a chair. She sat on stage the whole time, let us enjoy, and that was it, bro. So, yeah, known too was my first event.
And you was going to events after that?
Yeah, if I had time, I would go, but it had to be like some significant. So I think the next event I went to was actually the second event I went to was back in Chicago, but it was guerrilla warfare. It was Ars versus Ill, Clips versus Big T. I mean, Clips versus Hitman, Verb and Swave, JC and B Magic. Oops, that was the first time I heard Oops because he started rapping. I said, "Dang, Ice Pack is in here," and I looked, Oops, he sounded like Ice Pack when he get. So Oops was battling, and Big T and Big Cannon battled that night. So yeah, that was the next event I went to, and then the next one after that was a Smack event of some sort. I can't remember, but yeah.
That is fire.
You are when I've been covering battle rap for a while, and obviously I started with sports and everything, but you're one of the first athletes that I've seen that was tapped into the battle rap culture. Do you talk to any of your like NFL peers, current or former NFL players about battle rap?
Yeah, I do. They just not as invested as me, so I can't hold conversations with them because they be like I had one of my D-line coaches ask me, this was 2018. He was like, "Gee, man, I seen you was into the battle rap stuff." He said, "Do Charlie Clips still battle?" I was like, "Oh my God, but I can't talk to y'all about that." I say, "Yeah, he still battle, man." And then I see people like my boys that come with me, and they be like, "Hey, who's the white dude with the beard? He cold." I'll be like, "Big K." Yeah, him. I can't talk to y'all about it, man. Big K is a staple. He's a staple. Like last time, the next event they went to with me, like my boy was with me when Verb battled Twerk. So that's the first time he had seen Twerk. So imagine your first time seeing New Jersey Twerk was his performance versus Verb.
I know, right? The hoodie down.
He was like, "Oh my God, who is that dude?" He nice. He been nice though, and then it came with me to Big K and A-Ward. And I was telling now mind you, he was at that event. That's the same event that K battled T-Top. And T-Top won that. So when I'm bringing him and I'm telling him, "Hey, K is about to battle A-Ward," he said, "Oh, he about to get smoked. I seen him before." I was like, "Hey, bro, this ain't the same K you remember. This one right here is different. So you might want to, I'm telling you just why he left AV. He said, "Hey, man, I never bet against Big K again." Said,
"Damn.
I told you." But yeah, they all like A-Ward too. So, I got to keep them. I took him to Max Out 3, and one of them was like, "Man, I never got to see Arsenal." So I was like, I knew of the secret battle, but everybody didn't. So I told him he'd get a chance to see Ars. Then my barber, who's really into my barber is really into it. So I can hold conversation. He travels with me. Like I've taken him to 2 in Houston, and then he went with me to Max Out.
That's dope.
Yeah. So and Danny, he from the West Coast. He actually is a bar. He from South Central.
Oh damn,
Actually,
He's
yeah,
from,
yeah.
right where I'm at. Okay,
Yeah.
salute to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's dope to see like you and Dame Lillard and Shaq and all the professional athletes that we grew up watching on TV. It's like a surreal moment to find out that they know who we are. That's how we be looking at it. Like what?
Well, the culture is small, but a lot of the reason I always big up people is because y'all are professionals in y'all's field. Not everybody, you're one of them, but I feel like if you're a fan of somebody, like a real fan, let them know, because they don't know. And, and y'all sitting here watching these guys. I mean, I'm sure you know how many industry rappers have taken y'all's bars and used them, or DM y'all and say, hey, man, I'm really that's cool. Yeah. And I appreciate the recognition, but why are you so afraid to just say it out loud? And me, if I'm a fan of, like, I'm not like me. I wear glasses. I got a freaking Batman phone case. Like, clearly put two and two together. I'm a nerd. Like, clearly, just because I'm a professional football player that was great at what I did doesn't make me like I love superheroes, battle rap, and not. So I'm just not afraid to be me. And for me, when you guys are as great as y'all are, I just like to say it out loud because it's easy to message somebody and that like say it behind the scenes. But if you really watching these people and you really like support them, just say it. What's so hard about it? But, hey man, I checked you out, man. That was hard.
That's dope. I think that's that church in you, man. That's that humility that you grew up with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like some celebrities and professionals, like athletes, they too cool and too big to even take a smidgen of their time to even recognize somebody else. So it's dope that you're able to do that and give back to the culture in that way. Not only give back to the culture in supporting it, but now it's almost like you kind of your hand is kind of moving some pieces around. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm just a fan, man. Just a fan of finances. But I will say this. I'll say this. A lot of y'all's probably 2 Mount Rushmore's worth. You're welcome. So I'm just.
So I know
I'm gonna leave it at that.
I know you invested and invested a lot in this culture and you've been tapped in. I know you put in money for the Suge and Verb battle, and I know you were involved with other things. What made you wanted to do that?
Just it's just showing love, man. It's just like anything I'm a fan of is what I use finances for. Like, I think about this, man. I worked my whole life to get to the position I was in. I got a wife and 5 kids. So if you think I'm wasting finances on something that I'm not into, then you're crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right.
Anything I'm into, I just support it. It's just how I am. So I was always taught if you want to see where a man's heart is at, go look at his bank statement. So what is he spending his money on? You know what I'm saying? So,
I think he just got a bar guy right there. Hold on, Keo. Bar guy.
Yeah.
Bar God. That was a bar God. Yeah. If you want to know where a man's heart is, look at his bank statement.
What is he spending his money on? Because man, we love 3 things: our family, sex, and money. That's what so. Like, you look at his bank statement. If his bank statement is spent all on OnlyFans, well, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh
God! Gerald. So I'm gonna fast forward to where we're at today. When people talk about the best in the world in battle rap, is there a battle rapper that comes into your mind when you think of the best in the world?
Not a singular battle rapper, because it's one reason because it's objective, and 2 because battle rap is a ever evolving door, and when the door is evolving, people go in the door and it's going like this. People go in, then the next wave come in, and the next door opens, another person going. You never know who's gonna come out the other side. So I use that analogy to say everybody's gonna have their time. You know, everybody has to run, and you know the vets were trying to like. Let's take currently what happened this past weekend. Easy consensus is that he lost, and it's been like a huge deal because it's the first like he feels it's debatable, but the consensus is not debatable. Like Geechee won, bro. Geechee won, and this is the first time he's had to experience that. But now he's getting a glimpse of what all the vets have been trying to tell him. The culture is going to turn on you at some point. And I remember him saying, well, my preparation and how I write and all this, that won't. Yes, it will. It doesn't matter. That's the culture we're in. Well, the culture that he's in, it's going to turn on you. It just happens. That don't mean he's not going to get another turn, but he's had his turn. Now he just have to, you know, keep going and he'll have his turn again. Some people get two. The goal is to get one. Some people get two.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have, you say the best in the world, I can't just sit here and be like him, and him. Because you see a person, take for instance, I'm using A-Ward because I know what he got coming up and I know what he just did. Regardless, A-Ward is going to always prepare to give you 3 rounds. He's never going to slack. A-Ward has a real job where he makes real money, but battle rap he loves, so he does it, and he puts his all into battle rap. But you don't always get top-level A-Ward performances because he may have to prepare last minute because he takes a lot of battles. He may have to have this going on because A-Ward does tours with Loso. You know, and then he does all these battles and he has a real job, you know. And what I'm getting at is you have A-Ward who can be up here, but then he has a frack battle, but then he has a bird battle. But now the consensus is his clips battle was back down here. So and I know who he got next that haven't been announced yet. I guarantee you he can't slack with this next one. He can't. So with clips, it was more of I don't have to write as much, focus so much because I can freestyle because I know clips is going to freestyle. So you might have gotten top tier A-Ward. The next one, you're going to get top tier A-Ward. Okay, so if a person has 3 or 4 battles up here and then they may have one of these, does it take them out of the running for best in the world? You see what I'm saying? That's why I can never just name who's the best in the world. So, and I think A-Ward is one of the best in the world, but he don't always have up here performances, and that's okay. Tom Brady didn't always have up here performances. Right. Ben Roethlisberger did. You know, for dang sure Dak don't. So I mean, hey. You know what I'm saying? And Dak is my guy, but I got him Dak,
yo. Dak. Okay, let me ask you this. Between the East Coast, the West Coast, the South, and the Midwest, what region do you feel is the strongest or can have an actual legitimate shot at saying we the best? We got the best rappers over here. You know, on the West Coast, we got Disaster, Daylight, Danny Myers, Rum Nitty, Each Gotti, you know, RX. It's just so many of us, right?
Again.
Watch this. do the political stuff.
Again. No, I got an answer for this one.
No, I'm just glad.
But again, everybody has their time. The West Coast never had a time until COVID hit. But when y'all got y'all's time, y'all ran it. Think about this. Y'all had y'all ran battle. Y'all listen, Nitty, in that time frame, what y'all win? 3 out of the 4 champion of the years.
Yeah.
1, 2. Then Chilla won 1, and then Nitty just won 1.
Yeah, Nitty got one.
Think about it. Coffee was at the top of the game. She was getting a lot of good battles. You, Geechee, she had won Woman of the Year. Coffee, right?
Yeah.
So you, Geechee, Nitty, B-Dot was rolling. Diaz always does what he does. Who else was coming out? Jada Nightwing was on a run for a while.
Yep.
Yoshi, people forget Yoshi from Seattle. Yoshi.
Right.
RX, people start to get a hold of RX.
Yep.
I know I'm missing somebody. I know I'm missing
We
somebody.
got Grizz, Emerson Kennedy, Dre Vicious,
Emerson
Net
Kennedy.
NXT, real name
Emerson
Brandon.
Kennedy. That's what I'm saying. Real name Brandon was in the finals of the tournament. So there was a time where it was like, dang, the West Coast, but let's just stick to the top. Like the top. You, Nitty, Geechee, B-Dot, Daylight. So let's just stay there. Let's just stop right there. That's 5. At that point, because remember, that was the same time that Daylight did what he did with Rock.
Yeah.
This is all in the same. What's up, big guy? Huh? Yeah, when I finish this, I'm gonna get you some food. Okay. All right. Get out of here. Okay. So it was y'all 5. So there was a point where y'all were running it. But I have to
man. Keo, what are you doing, Keo? We said but.
I'm just giving you an example of where people may run it.
All right.
I am from the Midwest.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. Yikes.
Are we talking about like currently or
currently?
Currently. Man. It's tough to go against the Midwest. It is, bro. The West ain't really been.
What?
Wow.
Okay. Let's go current.
Don't make me right around for you.
Hear me out.
You want to battle?
Let's go currently. Okay. Over the summer, name the top ones, the tops.
Battle rappers?
The 2 best battles of the summer came from who? The 2 best battles.
Okay, I know where Gerald's going at.
I see where he's going. He got me.
Man, Will, A-Ward.
Yeah, you're right.
Without a doubt, you're a lie if you say those are not the 2 best battles of the summer. You can throw in Av and Rock. You can throw that in there. I'm not saying that they're not, but we talking about like the 2 best.
You're right.
People watch the Geechee and Easy. Nobody's saying that's the best battle of the summer.
No.
Okay, so what was the best card of the summer?
Max Out.
Okay. The main event was 2 Midwest.
The
co-main event was 2 Midwest.
Yeah.
Underneath that, there was a Midwester in there. Underneath that, there was a Midwester in there.
Yeah.
Arguably, battle of the night was Arson Magic. There's a Midwester in there.
All right. Enough talking, man. Get back. Start talking about the NFL again.
One of the top. Okay, what's the highest viewed battle of the year? The highest viewed battle of the year.
Is that Hitman and
Stop right there. Just stop right there.
I can just stop there.
Where is he from?
From the Midwest.
All right. I'm just.
You got me.
Okay. Well, let me just one more.
Okay.
And me and Danny have talked about this. Lux ain't called nobody out. We ain't never said Lux is begging. We ain't never said Lux is begging. We ain't never seen Lux do this before. Where is the guy from that he keeps saying he wants him? Where is he from?
Jesus Christ. You got me, man. You got me.
All right, just saying. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Hey, congratulations. You just barred the bar guy.
No, you definitely right about that because I did
okay, I got one more. And this is just a shout out. This is just a shout out because she always getting like, who's one of the most talked about fans in battle rap? The Boss. Where is she from?
Yeah, I just seen her last night in St. Louis too. Shout out to the bar.
Did she not just get shot in the leg from
Geechee? Yeah, Geechee just shot her. You right. Currently,
that's right now.
Even the Midwest fans is at the top of the game. I'm just saying, man.
Keo, do you agree that the Midwest is the number 1 region right now? Yes or no?
Yeah. As of right now, it is the number 1 region. I even put a poll out. I just put 3 battles in my mind that caught my eye for this year, and I had Tay Rock, Av, Verb, and Ward, Geechee, and Easy, and 58% they said that's the best battle out of those 3 right now. 58%.
Wow.
58% said Verb and Ward was a. I'm just saying, bro. You know,
Yeah,
whatever.
all right, big dog. Big
No,
dog, you got it.
I'm
now,
just
now,
saying.
now,
That's it.
now, 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 I want to fast forward to this Loaded Lux thing with him and Hitman.
Mm-hmm.
We recently had Rum on. Rum feels like he deserves Loaded Lux.
Facts.
How you feel about Hitman and Loaded Lux? Do you feel like that's the right battle for Lux right now?
Okay, so this answer is going to be layered. Excuse me, and I don't want anybody to take this like I'm hating or this is just me being an analyst.
Okay.
Danny deserves looks. DNA deserves looks. Nitty deserves looks. Um, I'm not gonna say Hitman deserves looks because Hitman is Hitman. Um, but those three all deserve. I
I
guess
appreciate
I don't like saying deserve because
it. Right.
it's like puts it puts looks like as this like
A guy.
unlockable character that you can't reach. And it's not that, it's the fact that he won't battle because they're not paying him enough. It's not like he's just been, it's like, oh my God, Lux ain't never lost a round, or Lux has never lost a battle. It's not that. He's this mythical figure that
I've been saying
once you break it down,
this.
no, listen, once you break it down, it's like it's more aura than it is what he's doing on the stage. Now, let me say this. Lux is, in my eyes, one of the top 5 rappers of any genre. Battle rap, regular rap, Asian rap, whatever. If you go talk about people who put words together and you don't say Loaded Lux is in your top 10 at worst, I can't listen to you. He does that well, but there's more to battle rap than just putting words together. That's all I'm gonna say. And Lux is Lux. If you put a Mount Rushmore, like I have Mount Rushmores, I have categories. Like I have masters of battle rap, I have pioneers, I have overall, I have punchlines, I have wordsmiths. I have different Mount Rushmores because it's hard to just pick 4. Like, let's be real, it's hard to pick 4.
Right.
But you talk about what Lux has done in this culture, nobody needs to discredit him. Lions Den spilled over into Word War slash what's the other St. Louis? Bird was Word War.
Street Status.
What was Street Status? Word War and Street Status. He seen Hitman, brought Hitman and them out there to rap. In the midst of finding Hitman, he seen Verb. He seen all these people. So we talk about the lineage of Loaded Lux. Then you got Arts. Then you find Red. Then you got Surf. And then you got Suge. The lineage of Loaded Lux doesn't need to be questioned. I'm only talking about the fights. Let's stick to the fights only. Whenever I speak on Loaded Lux, I will never discredit his talent. I will never discredit what he is to this culture, what he has been. So I understand the myth and the aura around him. But let's not act like Lux has just been giving us. I was speaking to one of my close friends in the culture who a lot of people hears his opinion and they go with it. And he said, yeah, Lux is this and this and this. I said, okay. How'd you feel about his performance versus Geechee? Oh, it was okay. What about him versus ours? It was cool. What about him versus Mook, the second one? What about him versus Clips? Oh, it was straight. I said, so why do you have him held so high? That's all I'm saying. We're not gonna say that. We ain't gonna say that Lux ain't one of those. But to say like, oh, he deserved Lux, it's like Lux don't come outside. What did Hitman say? I ain't not win champion of the year because of my talent. I didn't win champion of the year because these leagues can't afford to pay me. Lux is the same way. Lux will come outside more if the budget was higher. So let's stop acting like he ain't ever lost and he's just no. Danny don't deserve Lux. He should battle Lux. He's good enough to battle Lux. Nitty's good enough to battle Lux. DNA is good enough to battle Lux. So when it comes to Hitman, it's more of aura versus aura. Superstar versus superstar, more money. But
yeah,
if he want these fights, Hitman gonna give him a fight. Like me personally, I think he's underestimating Hitman and he's thinking it's an easy lick and he got another thing coming.
He is.
these wordsmiths, like DNA is a thinker. So DNA is not going to battle Lux the way he think. Danny's a thinker. Nitty is a thinker with what he does. This is going to sound crazy to y'all. I feel like the easiest person to prepare for is Nitty because we know what we're going to get. Whether he's an alien in his thought process of how he puts it together, we still know what we're going to get. He's right here, right at you.
Yeah.
But what I do is going to be so astronomical. It's like, God dang, how did you think of that? But we know what's coming. So I think the easiest person to prepare for will be Nitty. But Danny might be all over here. He's it's hard to prepare for. DNA all over here. It's hard to prepare for. Hitman is not lyrical, but you still don't know what he's gonna do. You don't know. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, Hitman's he talks about money or his accolades or this or that." Okay. People always pick and choose when they want people to speak reality. Hitman don't be lying. He tells the truth.
He don't lie.
Y'all
he
want
don't
him
lie.
to say all this fabricated stuff that ain't real and come up with all. It's sad, man. Listen, 3 Letterman said you can lie as long as it sounds good. That's where the culture has went. Yes, 3. I just threw you under the bus. 3 is my guy.
Yeah,
but that's where the culture has went. You can just make up anything as long as it sounds good. And it's just like,
that's whack.
Nah, you can't. So,
right, you can't.
You can't. Lux calling out Hitman is like he wants that bag. He know where the money
is. I feel like he got some rounds ready already for Hitman. He think he knows how to be Hitman. I know what to do with him. Like you said, he think it's a lick. It might be an easy lick in Lux's mind.
Lux and Mook move like Floyd Mayweather. If you know anything about boxing, Floyd don't just fight just to fight. He fights people. One, he know I got him figured out. And can I make a payday? Absolutely. That's how they move, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not knocking it at all.
Surf move just like that. Surf is one of them too.
But Lux is one. He moved when he like, oh yeah, I know how to beat Hitman. I don't think he can figure Nitty out. I don't think he can figure DNA out, and I don't think he can figure Danny out. That's just my personal opinion.
God dang it! I think you just got another bar god, man. Hold on, bar god.
Think about it. I think he didn't have Verb figured out either. Hence why his 3rd round was about some random interview that nobody
I didn't know what the hell that 3rd round was about.
What is you talking about, Lux? He said everything he had to say in the first 2 rounds. That 3rd round was just like,
I said, he wrote this like 2 days ago. He wrote this 3rd like damn near 2 days ago for sure. He didn't know what the hell to do with the 3rd.
They're very like angle based. I need a certain type of attack, and I feel like the best of the best can figure it out. Like that's
fact.
Think about it. A battle rapper says, "Bro, I'm really nice." You know why they say that? It ain't because I got something for you. Like it ain't like Geechee versus Easy where we all knew what was coming with Geechee. Like we know how he's going to attack him. Most battle rappers be like, "Bro, I will smoke you," because they know how their mind works. My intellect, and I'll figure it out. And when I put it together, it's going to be better than what you can put together. They will battle once they figure it out. Like, okay, I want him because I got it figured out now. They won't just be like, he good, I'm good. Bet, sign it. Let's see it. I'll figure it out as I go. It ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's me. And that's me. That's me. Like, I'm the guy that's like, I don't care who you go get. I don't need no angle. I don't need no dirt. I don't need no gossip. Just line them up with me and I'm going to show you why I can beat them. I don't really care about none of that shit.
Danny, you do a great job of thinking outside the box, which is what I appreciate. And you're not afraid to take risks. It's going to hit or it's going to miss. One of them, but,
Yeah, facts.
I'm good with that.
Well, we didn't want to take up your time, man. I really only asked for 10 minutes. We got 50 minutes.
Once I get what the thing is, when you said 10 minutes, I was like, let me set some time apart because I know I like to talk.
I appreciate it.
While I'm on TV, and I like to elaborate because I don't want people to take what I say as face value. I want them to know that thought didn't just come from, let me just speak. No, I don't like to react. I like to respond. And when you respond, it's very thought out. So a lot of the questions y'all ask, I've thought about them before. So I like to give a background, a backstory, lead up to what I'm saying, and then make my point, have something around it of why I said what I said.
Smart man.
A lot of people take like Easy got mad at me because I said he was gonna lose the Diz. But once I explained it to him, he still was like, you bugging, but he kind of understood like why I think the way I think. I had him losing the Diz because Diz is a god where he's from. He just is. In that arena, he can go, I'm back at home. And the whole room come up to play. He can't say nothing.
Right.
So I said, you're going over there. It's a div. Danny, you battle everywhere. You know the way you rap over GTX or Grind Time or King of the Dot, you can't rap on Smack. You just can't. It's a completely different vibration, what they want to hear. You can rap well, but you're going to have to adjust it a little bit. And if you've seen Easy's first 2 rounds, it was like, yeah, are they feeling it? Are they not feeling it? Whatever. And then his 3rd round, he got in his bag. But I picked him. Anybody who's a god at what they do in their own city, I'm not picking against them because it's like
that's what you say, Keo. Keo, like you're not gonna lose at your house,
bro. He just battled Geechee, and I said if anybody can beat him there, it's going to be Geechee because you give him an angle like that, he know how to do it. But I also said this is still Easy at home, so I didn't pick against Easy. It's like even in the back of my mind, whether I thought Geechee might win, I didn't pick Geechee to win because this is Easy at home. You know what I'm saying? So there's just I think stuff through. I don't just talk, man. So.
I'm gonna say this, man. Thank you. Me and Keo don't have NFL Network money to pay you.
Mm-hmm.
I might got like $7 on my Cash App that I can send you.
No money, man. I do this. This is a.
Oh God! I don't need no money.
Yo, Gerald, one last question before we get out of here. Huge college football game this weekend between Buffalo and Oregon. I know everybody's gonna be tweeting.
That's not a huge game, man. That's whatever. It's not a huge, what makes it huge? Because the Deion hype train is there. What makes it huge?
That's exactly what it is right now.
Okay, well, I mean, if y'all think it's huge, then okay. I got Oregon winning. I don't think a lot of people think analysts think Oregon's gonna like make it convincing. I think Colorado is definitely going to compete. I do believe Deion is a few linemen away. He said he need about 6 or 7 more dogs. He didn't want to call anybody out, but his linemen. He needs some more linemen, offense and defense. Skill positions ain't bad. You know, get you a few linebackers, DBs, and the skill is pretty good. But in order to compete at the highest level in college football, you need linemen. You need them. You got to have them. So he gets some more linemen, it'd be all right. But I think this speed that Oregon and USC and they're about to play at is going to be a little different, you know, because they loaded with people. So I think it's going to be a good game, though. But I got Oregon.
I got Oregon also.
Yeah, I got Oregon. I think they're going to lose the next 2. I got Oregon and USC. I think USC is going to be a very convincing win because as good as Shador's been playing, Caleb Williams is just on a different level, and he's not going to be able to keep up with USC's scoring. I don't think so because look at Colorado State. They were struggling to keep up with them. When they played Nebraska, they were struggling to score against them until later in the second half. You can't do that with USC because they if they do anything, Oregon and USC going to put up points. That's what they're going to do. So if you can't keep up with them offensively, then you out of there.
Keo, I think you need to start consulting with the legend right here before you put your tickets in. You might come up on some bread. You got to talk to him first every week. Like, okay, who should I put on this ticket?
Oh, and PSA. Let me say this. Just this is my personal opinion. I spoke with Ice Pack, and he said he want to come back outside. I think Ice Pack's.
Yikes!
I think Ice Pack's next battle is my host right here, Danny Myers. So this is me putting it out there. Danny has said
how strong he is.
Danny has said he wants.
You can't win.
Danny has said he wants Ice Pack. So we'll see what happens. But remember, I'm just a fan.
He's just a fan.
So wait,
I
so
don't
wait,
know.
wait. You
That's
say
what he said.
You say Ice Pack's next battle could be against Danny Myers?
I would love for it to be against Danny Myers, but I'm just a fan with wishful thinking. That's all. That's all.
What in the words of my man Easy to Block Captain, do with that is as you may.
Do with that.
Do with that as you may. Salute to Gerald McCoy. Thank you for your time. I know you got to get back to your busy schedule. Oh, another thing. Before the show, you showed us the dope gym. How important is it to exercise even after your career, long career? Yeah. You're still on that every day. You're still in shape, and it's super important. You got the gym in the house, so yeah, just let people know how important it is to work out.
Yeah, well, for me, always people do what they do for the reasons they do it. I worked extremely hard when I played because I want to be great at my sport. But at the same token, being in shape is a lifestyle. Your mind moves better. Your body functions better. Your lifespan expands about another 20%. You live longer by working out. And it's a stress reliever. Here's my challenge to everybody. If you're going through something right now, just go to the gym of any sort, or whether it's outside or whatever, and just do a really good workout. Just some people can do 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. Just give yourself a really good workout and tell me where your mental is at afterwards. That's my challenge. What working out does for me, one, it's a lifestyle. I just love to work out. I train. I'm doing MMA training. I'm going to get in there. I might have a local fight or something like that. I want it to be local because I don't want it on camera just in case I get knocked out. That's what, hey, you sign up to get in there and fight. You might get dropped. I need that to be private. Yeah, right. I need that to be private. But, yeah, it's just a lifestyle for me, man. I feel so much better, man. And then I always told myself, I'm not about to be one of these overweight, out of shape football players when they done, because I didn't do it just to be great at what I did at that moment. Like a real rapper, they just write raps. I just love to rap. So I'm gonna just always be doing this. I'm gonna always be, even if I'm not writing it down, if I see somebody walking down the street, I'm like, man, if I put my left with my right, then you just thinking of stuff.
That's
in your
a bar. And that's literally how I do it too. That's literally how I do it.
And that's just me, man. Like I have a heavy bag, I got a speed bag, I got 2 different reaction bags, I got a full rack in there, all the weights you can need, I got 2 Pelotons and all that. Like I'm really, it's just a lifestyle for me. So, and I'll be honest, I don't really like people that much. So I don't like being in public gyms and COVID so I like to just do it in my own house, man. If I can listen, you thought I worked all this hard to get all this money to not be able to do what I wanted? Come on, man.
Well, I'll tell you what. I had $7 to cash app you, but I need you to cash app me so I can go get all the stuff that you got. Salute to you. Thank you for your time. This has been an excellent interview. Thank you, Keo. I'm Danny Myers. That right there is the legend.
Keo, hey, Cowboys 3-0. Y'all will be 3-0. I'm picking y'all.